room still holds a certain tone, like she had whispered all along. The cushion leans, the window closed, but where she is, nobody knows. The air recalls her soft and sound, the way she let her thoughts fall down, no louder than the morning dust, just breath and light and quiet trust. Where her voice used to rest, there's only hush against my chest. No echo now, no trace remains, just silence tied in window panes. She left no words, she left no test, only space where her voice used to rest. The teacup waits with gentle steam, as if her voice still lingers dream. But every sound feels more like space, a shape of warmth, an empty place. Where her voice used to rest, I hear the quiet second guess. No melody, no broken plea, just quiet pressed where she would be. And in my chest I feel the rest of her voice, where it used to rest. And though the light will rise again, the stillness always knows just when to whisper back with softened breath, where her voice used to rest. She poured it slow, the sound was thin, like something soft, beginning to end. No sugar followed, no gentle stir, just warmth alone, remembering her. She didn't raise it to her lips, just watched it steam, then let it slip. A breath to fade, a look too small, but still I felt she gave it all. After the pour, she left the rest, the cup, the calm, the folded chest. She didn't speak, she didn't wait, just let it cool into place. Now every morning feels too much, but never reaches where touch once lingered deep, once filled the core. I lost her right after the pour. You poured the first, I held the steam. The table caught the in-between. You smiled before the sugar swirled, and the sunlight kissed our quiet world. No rush, no noise, just coffee and sky. The morning slow, you and I. There was light in the second cup, like something warm we both looked up. No need for words, no need to speak, just little sips and softened cheeks. The breeze came in, you moved your chair, and laughter stirred the waiting air. Your hand brushed mine, then paused a beat, as cream turned golden, time felt sweet. A moment small, but more than most. That second cup held what we toast. There was light in the second cup, like something warm we both looked up. No need for words, no need to speak, just little sips and softened cheeks. Still I pour it slow and kind, and let the morning bring you to The cup was set where no one looked. No steam, no hand, no time it took. It faced the wall away from light, as if it knew the end last night. No sugar stirred, no silver cling, just silence folding into sync. The chair was pulled but never filled, and all the warmth had long been stilled. The not the day, not the room. It held what's missing and never moved. Your shadow used to cross that spot. Now nothing comes and nothing's caught. I sit but leave the other side, unspoken, still and open wide. The cup faced nothing, not the light, not the sound. It stayed in silence while time went round. And every day I let it be, still facing nothing, just like me. Mug sat full but didn't steam. The light moved slow as if in dream. Your place was set, the spoon beside, but something soft had slipped, then died. No hand reached out, no gesture made. The silence thick, the color grayed. The morning waited without word, and still no cream was ever stirred. No cream was stirred today, no swirl to shift the gray. The cup stayed still, the room withdrew, as if it always somehow knew. The sugar sat untouched, intact. The quiet folded every fact. I listened close, but nothing came, just echoes wrapped in someone's name. No cream was stirred today, no warmth to melt away. The hour passed with no reply, and nothing asked or told me why. And in that pause the silence blurred. The moment passed, no cream was stirred. poured the first, I held the steam. The table caught the in-between. You smiled before the sugar swirled, and sunlight kissed our quiet world. No rush, no noise, just coffee and sky. The morning slow, you and I. There was light in the second cup, like something warm. We both looked up. No need for words, no need to speak. Just little sips and softened cheeks. The breeze came in, you moved your chair, and laughter stirred the waiting air. Your hand brushed mine, then paused a beat. As cream turned golden, time felt sweet. A moment small, but more than most. That second cup held what we toast. There was light in the second cup, like something warm. We both looked up. No need for words, no need to speak. Just little sips and softened cheeks. Still I pour it slow and kind, and let the morning bring you to mine. There was light in the second cup, like something warm. We both looked up. No need for words, no need to speak. Just little sips and softened cheeks. The light came in across the floor, stopped just short of reaching more. No shadow passed, no hand was raised, just air that shimmered still and dazed. The cup was full, the steam was gone. The chair still leaned where she had drawn. A curtain swayed, then held its breath, as if afraid of what comes next. Nothing crossed the light, no shape, no flight. It waited like it knew there'd be no passing through. The window caught a golden thread, stitch the things she said. I stayed inside the morning hush, where nothing moved and nothing rushed. Nothing crossed the light. No sound, no ride. It settled in the air like she was never there. And though the room was lined in white, it stayed untouched. Nothing crossed the light. She sat without a sound or stir. No glance, no word, no sign of her. The morning moved, but not through her. Just drifted past like whispered blur. The cup she touched had cooled too soon. The light across the silent room. No footsteps led, no pages turned. Just air that held what once had burned. She sat without a sound, no breath to wrap around. The moment didn't break, it simply stayed away. The chair beneath her barely creaked. The steam beside her never peaked. I didn't speak, I didn't move. The silence left no space to prove. She sat without a sound, no thought that could be found. The quiet was complete, like memory at her feet. And when she rose, the room stayed still, as if her silence lingers still. chairs were there but not aligned. No conversation left behind. Just angles lost in morning dust, and silence pressed into the rust. No footprints mark the wooden floor. The air stayed soft behind each door. You used to sit and speak so low, but now there's nowhere left to go. Chairs face nowhere, like time forgot to turn. No gaze, no pull, no need to learn. The room just breathed and let it be. Chairs face nowhere, including me. The light fell flat across the green. No heat, no touch, no sudden rain. The cup was cold, the napkin stained, as if the day had been delayed. Chairs face nowhere, like time forgot to turn. No voice, no sound, no need to yearn. The air stood still with no decree. Chairs face nowhere, and so did we. Not turn away, not turn to see. Just nowhere left for them or me. The cup was near, but never touched. The morning quiet, almost too much. She used to stir and softly hum, but now the room just won't become. The air was thick, the window pale. A folded note, a cooling trail. The chair leaned in like listening still to something soft, no longer real. There's an echo beside her cup. No voice, no name, just quiet. it doesn't leave beside her cup, beside my grief. Curtains held the morning back. No warmth had crossed the coffee track. The cup sat still, untouched, unseen, as if you'd never really been. Your chair was pulled, not pushed away, like time had paused instead of swayed. No shadows danced along the floor, just quiet resting at the door. Before the light remembered you were here and then not. No words were left to echo, just the stillness that I caught. The day began but didn't move. No song, no scent, no morning groove. The table knew, the walls had learned that light forgets what never burned. Before the light remembered you were here and then not. No trace upon the window, just the hush, the steam forgot. And maybe when the sun returns, it won't recall how much I yearned. The cup was full, the air was thin, no hand at reach, no thought within. The steam just hung, not yet released. The quiet stretched and never ceased. The chair still faced the morning light. The folded note stayed out of sight. You didn't speak, you didn't turn, but something paused, too soft to learn. Before the sip was taken, the silence held its breath. No words, no motion shaken, just everything sat beside what might have been, but time refused to let it in. Before the sip was taken, the moment stayed so near. No promise ever spoken, but all of it was clear. And though the cup grew cold again, that pause still holds me where you'd been. The kettle sighed but didn't speak. No warmth to climb, no rising peak. The cup just waited still and wide, like something left not said inside. The pour began but made no sound, just quiet drops that touch no ground. No swirl, no spill, no softened steam, just water moving through a dream. No sound in the pour, no reason, no more. Just silence falling slow. Where mornings used to go. The table didn't hum or shake. The clock moved on for habit's sake. Your hands were gone, the window gray, but somehow still I stayed that day. No sound in the park, no reason, no more. Just silence falling kettle sighed but didn't speak. No warmth to climb, no rising peak. The cup just waited still and wide, like something left not said inside. The pour began but made no sound, just quiet drops that touch no ground. No swirl, no spill, no softened steam, just water moving through a dream. No sound in the pool. No reason, no more. Just silence falling slow, where mornings used to go. The table didn't hum or shake. The clock moved on for habit's sake. Your hands were gone, the window gray, but somehow still I stayed that day. No sound in the pool. No reason, no more. Just silence falling slow, where mornings used to go. And all I heard behind the door was no sound in the pour. The cup was full, the air was thin. No hand had reached, no thought within. The steam just hung, not yet released. The quiet stretched and never ceased. The chair still faced the morning light. The folded note stayed out of sight. You didn't speak, you didn't turn, but something paused, too soft to learn. Before the sip was taken, the silence held its breath. No words, no motion shaken, just everything we left. The spoon was still, the table bare, a warmth remained sat beside what might have been, but time refused to let it in. Before the sip was taken, the moment stayed so near. No promise ever spoken, but all of it was clear. And though the cup grew cold again, that pause still holds me where you've been. The blanket folded where she lay, no crease disturbed, no drift, no sway. The pillow bore her shape in dust, and time moved past because it must. The morning reached across the bed, but touched no sound, no word she said. The light came in but never filled the space where all her warmth had stilled. Her side stayed still, no breath, no wind, just empty air that I used to care. The cup she used was by the sink, still half a stain, still full of think. No steam had risen from that place, just echoes waiting in its trace. Her side stayed still, no breath, no wind. The room grew wide where she once but nothing changed, not me, not you. The chair stayed still, the table bare, as if the light had feared the air. The mug was full, the steam was low, the silence stayed too soft to know. No footsteps crossed the wooden frame, no voice to call, no sound, no name. Light fell but didn't land. It hovered just above my hand. No warmth, no shade, no claim, just something quiet without name. Your side untouched, the napkin stayed. The air between us gently frayed. And though the day had made its way, the room refused to shift or sway. Light fell but didn't land. It knew but didn't understand. It watched but didn't speak, and left us fading week by week. Still here beneath what time had planned, where light once fell but never land. The curtains held the morning back. No warmth had crossed the coffee track. The cup sat still, untouched, unseen, as if you'd never really been. Your chair was pulled, not pushed away, like time hadn't paused. Instead of swayed, no shadows danced along the floor, just quiet resting at the door. Before the light remembered, you were here, and then not. No words were left to echo, just the stillness that I caught. The day began but didn't move. No song, no scent, no morning groove. The table knew, the walls had learned that light forgets what never burned. Before the light remembered, light came in across the floor, but stopped us short of reaching more. No shadow passed, no hand was raised, just air that shimmered still and dazed. The cup was full, the steam was gone, the chair still leaned where she had drawn. A curtain swayed and held its breath, as if afraid of what comes next. Nothing crossed the line. No shape, no flight. It waited like it knew there'd be no passing through. The window caught a golden thread, but didn't stitch the things she said. I stayed inside the morning hush, where nothing moved and nothing rushed. Nothing crossed the light. No sound, no right. It settled in the air like she was never there. And though the room was lined in white, it stayed untouched. Nothing crossed the line. She placed the spoon beside the cup. No lift, no stir, no looking up. The morning held its breath in place as silence touched her resting face. The steam moved on, but she did not. The warmth remained, but soon forgot. No sugar swam, no circle drew, just quiet, settling through and through. No rise in her spoon, no sound to begin. The room stayed wide, but never let in. She didn't speak, had no skin. Her hands pulled back to stay within, and still that spoon beside the glass spoke more than any words could pass. No rise in her spoon, no motion to chase. The warmth dissolved without a trace. She didn't leave like endings do. She simply ceased to move it through. Now every cup I pour today still waits for her to look this way. But nothing lifts and nothing soon, just echoes where she left the spoon. The mug sat close untouched by steam. The room still held a fading dream. No one spoke and nothing stirred. Just air that trembled at a word. The window wore its morning gray. The echoes never found their way. You left your warmth upon the rim. And silence whispered in the dim. was full, the light was thin, but no one reached, no one came in. The room was still, the air hung deep, where something waited half asleep. The chair you used was slightly turned, the candle low, the coffee burned, but even then, not one small sound. The warmth stayed close but never found. The warmth didn't speak, it stayed in the steam. It held what was lost, like the edge of a I sat alone beside your cup, the silence full, the minutes stuck, the walls had heard, the window knew, but still no voice returned from you. The warmth didn't speak, it stayed in the steam. It lingered in stillness, not loud, just unseen. And I remain here week by week, where your warmth stayed, but didn't speak. The spoon was still beside the cup, no hand to lift, no cream to stir. The light came in, but not enough to wake the shape you left in her. The table held the morning thin, no second sip, no voice within. The napkin folded, slightly torn, like something soft had once been worn. The spoon was still, and so was I. No movement, no need to try. Just one more day that didn't start with all you left. 16 forgot to write your name. The room remembered how you'd pose, but didn't ask or mind the cause. The spoon was still, and so was I. No clock to chase, no breath to lie. Just all the space you used to fill, left untouched. The spoon was still, and in that quiet, soft and small, I felt you hadn't left at all. Two cups, one full, the other cold. A folded napkin slightly rolled. A chair not pushed, a spoon not used. The air around was soft and bruised. No voices stirred the morning air, just faint remains of you still there. The light came in but didn't stay. It brushed across, then slipped away. That's what the table held, a silence that never fell. No break, no sound, no thread, just echoes left instead. Your handprint in the softened wood. The coffee stayed untouched for good. The sugar bowl still slightly turned, as if it waited to be learned. That's what the table held, a moment that never spilled. No tear, no line, no word, just something almost heard. And every morning tells what the table still holds well. The cup was full, but never warm. The air too still to take its form. You left before the heat could stay, before the light could find its way. No stir of cream, no gentle swirl, just folded cloth and quiet curves. The window watched but didn't glow. The morning came too soft, too slow. Where the steam didn't rise, where no one asked why, your silence stayed in the breath of the day. A shadow leaned across the chair, but nothing moved and no one cared. The echo tried to trace your name, but all the air just stayed the same. Where the steam didn't rise, where no one asked why, your side